to the Brianna and Devin Toy channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 3 types of very easy friendship bracelets to make. And as you can see, I have some friendship bracelets on my wrist here. And this one was pretty hard to make. And I made these 2 like pretty long ago. But this is one of the designs I'm going to show you how to make, and it's like a fishtail kind of. And then I'm going to be showing you how to make 2 other designs. One is the candy stripe, and the other is the Chinese staircase, as some people call it. But first off, I am going to be showing you guys how to make a candy stripe bracelet. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right on into the video. So for this bracelet, you are going to be needing 3 different colored strings, and I've chosen purple, blue, and green for this, and you can literally choose whatever color you want, but I recommend using only 3 colors, especially if you're a beginner, because it'll just take less time and be easier to make. And you're going to be needing 96 inches of string for 3 strings. So each of these 3 strings that I have here are 96 inches. And then once you cut your strings out, you're going to want to fold it directly in half and leave like a little loop on the top. And make sure they're all even, which is a really important step. And then you're going to tie a knot with the loop. So you're going to do it like this. And just put the knot through. And just pull so you could have a loop, and you can make the loop as big as you want. And now you're going to need some tape, and you don't need a strong tape at all. It just needs to be strong enough to hold your knot down while you're making the bracelet. But now I'm just going to tape it here. Like so. So now once you have everything done, we're going to start the bracelet. Alright guys, so now once you have all of your strings, you're just going to want to tape them down with your tape and just lay them out like this. So you want to have the same color, 2 of the same color on this side, 2 of the same color on this side, and same thing right here. And if you hear background noises, that is just my guinea pig. So yeah. So the order that I'm going to have it in is purple, blue, green. And now you're going to take your first string on the far left, put it in a 4 shape like this, and then cross it under the first string. And that is called a forward knot, if you didn't know. And we're just going to go ahead and knot that all the way up at the top. And you don't need to pull on it super tightly, but now we're going to do that exact same thing. So 2 forward knots. And it'll get easier as you go down and do more knots. And now once you've done 2 on the first string, you're going to do 2 on the next string. So in my case, that would be this blue string right here. So we're going to do 2 forward knots. One. And 2. And then we're going to move on to the next string, which is the other blue string. So we're going to do 1 knot, and 2 knots. And then we're going to just repeat that once more and go to, or twice more. So we're going to go to the next string, which is the next color if you're only using 3, and do the same thing. And you could definitely use more colors, just make sure to make 2 strings of that color the same length. And then with your last string, you're going to do 1 knot and 2 knots. So once you've done your first row, your bracelet will not look like much, but you should see it starting to form right at the top. But now you're going to do the exact same thing, doing 2 forward knots for each string with your next string on the left, and you're just going to go ahead and keep doing that all the way until you finish the bracelet to the length you want it to be. Alright guys, so now once you have completed the full length of your bracelet, make sure to just take the tape off and measure it around your wrist, and if it is good and there's only about this much of the string showing, now we can move on to the second to last step. So you can totally just tie it and just be done with it without braiding, but just to make it last longer and keep it more secure, I'm going to braid it. But first we're going to tie a knot. So that is what the knot should look like at the very end. And now we are going to braid it. So you're going to separate all of the colors of strings again. So you should still have 2 of each string. So here we have it, and now we're just going to do normal braid. And if you don't know how to braid, basically just keep crossing the sides from left to right over into the middle. So now once you have your braid, you're just going to want to tie another knot at the end of this braid. So now we have that knot, and after you've done that, you can go ahead and remove your bracelet from the tape on the tape. But now your bracelet should look like this, and it looks super cool. And now we're going to go ahead and put it on our wrist. Alright, so now once you have put all the strings through the loop, you're just going to want to tie a knot or have someone tie the knot for you. And I'm not going to tighten this yet because I have to take a thumbnail for this video. But yeah, now let's move on to the next braid. Alright guys, so now we're going to be making the Chinese staircase bracelet. So for this one, you're going to be needing any type of color that you want, or however many colors you want, and I'm just going to be doing 4 colors for this one. So I decided to use pink, yellow, purple, and blue for this one, and the more strings you use, the thicker your bracelet will be. And this, I'm going to go ahead and just do a knot. Oh, and by the way, this is 20 inches in length, each of the strings. And we're going to start off by making sure that all of the strings are the same length. So just line all of them up. And then we're going to start off with a knot at the top. And we're not going to be doing a loop for this one. We're just going to be doing a knot here. And make sure you leave enough to tie off with the end. So here's the knot, and now we're going to do the same thing as we did with the last bracelet and just tape it down to our surface. So once everything is taped down nice and good, we're going to take one of the 4 strings and we're going to figure out our pattern first in which our colors are going to be going. So for me, I'm going to do the pattern of pink, yellow, blue, purple. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my pink strand and bring all the other ones together. And you want to make sure this pink strand is completely separated from all of them. And then, unlike the other bracelet that we just did, for this one we're going to be making a D shape. So we're going to do this, make it go under, and pull the string up as tight as it can go. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get our desired amount of this color, and in my case that would be pink. Alright guys, so once you have made your desired length of your first color, it should look like this. And now it's time to switch colors. So I'm going to put this pink strand back in with all the other strands and take out my next color that I want. And in my case, I want to do yellow. And now we're just going to go ahead and keep doing the D knots, and that is how you switch to your next color. And then you just want to keep doing that all the way down until your bracelet is the length of your wrist. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished this bracelet and this is what it looks like. So you just want to keep doing that D knot until you get it the size of your wrist. But now, since it is completely finished, just make sure you tighten that last knot that you made. And now we're going to make a knot. So now you can take the tape off of your bracelet. And we're going to knot it, except this one, I'm not going to put it around my wrist because I already have like 2 bracelets plus this one that I'm going to put. But if you were to put this around your wrist, you could just have someone tie it for you and just tie both of the strands into a knot together. And then that would be your bracelet, or you could even add a button. But now let's move on to the next bracelet, which is going to be a tutorial on this fishtail one. Okay guys, so for this next bracelet, you're going to be needing an arm's length of 4 to 10 colors, and I'm just using these 3 blues and 1 white, and then you're just going to fold them in half, and that creates a loop, and then you're going to get some tape and tape it down to your workspace. And I forgot to mention this, but you could also like pin it to a pillow or something so you could work on. So now once you have the loop, we're going to tie it in a knot just like we've been doing with all of the other bracelets. And now we're going to go ahead and tape this down to our work surface. So now once we have that, we're going to separate all of our colors like this. And this is kind of like the same setup as this bracelet that we did earlier. But now once you have all the strings like this, you're going to kind of just braid it in a fishtail. So you're going to take the outside string and cross it over to the middle. So like this. And then take the white one on this side and cross it over to the middle. And you're just going to keep repeating that. And to have like a tighter fishtail, you're going to want to keep it tight in your hands and just keep pulling the strings as you go along, and you just want to keep repeating the same pattern as you go down. So I'm going to keep doing this same sort of pattern all the way down, and hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Okay guys, so I finally finished this bracelet and this is what it's looking like. It is pretty long, as you can see. And now that it is the perfect length for my wrist, I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot at the end so it doesn't come unravel. So now that we've made the knot, we're going to go ahead and take the tape off. and you are left with a loop and some string at the end. So again, you can make a button with this, but for me, I'm not going to tie it onto my wrist yet, but you want to go ahead and thread all of the yarn or the string through the loop, and then you would just tie it right here in a knot. But yeah, that was the whole tutorial for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Alright guys, so that was about it for this video, and I really like how each of the bracelets turned out. I think they're super cool. But yeah, if you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel to see more fun videos like this one. And once you've done that, click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And you can also comment down below any video suggestions or anything you want. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!